Hi everyone, my name is Laura from Clean Plates. I run a small kitchen company called Clean Plates where I serve gourmet dishes at a fraction of a price. No, I'm not classically trained, so I cook from the heart because I love cooking. So today I'll be making classic pancakes using beans flour and all-American southern fried chicken with my own twist on it, and I'll be serving that with a sweet chili sauce. So let's get cooking. This is actually a savory pancake. It's just basically your veggies and peppers and everything. Okay, so first we're going to start with our beans flour. We'll add that in. I like using a bit of baking powder because I feel baking powder naturally makes baked goods rise, and that's what I want for my beans pancakes. We add a bit of poultry seasoning. We add a bit of salt, like I'm going to do right now. Just a bit of salt because poultry seasoning is always very salty. Add that in, then water. So we just mix. We don't want a very runny batter. We want it kind of still, so that it can still have a bit of volume. That in, add more water. In Nigeria, where I come from, we have a popular snack called akara, and we normally make it using beans. That's the fresh beans. We wash it, we remove the skins, blend them, add a bit of pepper, onions, and just sort of like fry them into little dumplings and serve them. But this is my own take on the classic because I'm going to make it in form of like a pancake. So I added 1 egg into it. The egg is sort of like a binding agent. It's going to bring the batter together. That. Then I add a bit of freshly diced peppers and some freshly diced onions into it. So this is actually a savory pancake because I'm not adding any form of sweetening into it. It's just basically your veggies and peppers and everything. It's a meal on its own. So this is how you want your batter to be. Not too runny, but just in between. My batter is ready, so I'm going to heat up my pan now. You need to make your pancakes in really hot fry pan, non-stick fry pan preferably. I'm just going to add a bit of oil, not too much oil, just a bit. Probably like 2 tablespoons of oil. There. Smell your oil around your pan to get it all in there. Just let it heat for a bit. Then there's a cool trick I normally do with my batters so that I can get like one even pour when I actually put it into the pot. I always pour my batter into a cup because it makes it easier to get the circular shapes that we want for our pancakes. Good. Oil is hot now, so we just put it in one circular shape. Good. Try and like move it around your pan. Fantastic. And when you're cooking, you really need to not actually see, but you should see what you're doing and actually listen to what you're cooking. Because for me, how I know when my pancakes are ready, when I don't hear the noise it makes. You know, when you put the batter into the hot oil, it makes the sizzling noise. When I don't hear that anymore, I know that it's ready. Then when you see like little air bubbles coming up, then you know that it's actually ready to like flip to the other side. So we'll just leave that in there for a bit so it can cook all around and evenly. So it's time to flip our pancakes. Nice! See? Woo! Nice. Nice. I love the golden color, the crust it brings. It's fantastic. And if you notice, I didn't really add much seasoning into my pancakes. I just want them to be more like kind of organic. Just salt, poultry seasoning, and diced onions and diced pepper. That's all. Because we're going to make our southern fried chicken, has loads of spices in it, and we're going to make our sweet chili sauce, so it's going to be like an overkill, and we don't really want that for our pancakes. So when this is ready, let me give it a cool name instead of saying pancakes, because obviously we know it's not a pancake. It's a pancake but with beans flour, so we'll say we're making panakara. Sounds funny, but I think it works perfectly too. So I'm going to add another batter into my fry pan. So we're going to make 4 of these pancakes, then we'll get to our chicken, okay? Good. So it's time to flip our lovely pancakes. Flip them over. Yay! I actually love the golden crust it has. So I'm done with my pancakes, but it would be a good thing to like make them last. Make your chicken first, then pancakes out, because they're going to get cold. So I'm going to keep them in a heated oven till I'm done with my chicken. I put it in flour because I want to maintain the moistness of the chicken. I want all the juices of the chicken to still be intact. I'm going to start making my chicken. The most important ingredient in making your classic American southern fried chicken is your buttermilk. So I'm going to teach you how to make homemade buttermilk, since you don't need to have to start running to the store to make one. This is 1 cup of water. Then this is powdered milk. We in Nigeria, we have this because it's easily accessible and it's kind of affordable. But you could also use your long life milk if you want to, that's fine. But any milk is fine, really. So what I'm going to do now is add my milk to my water. To that. Mix that in thoroughly. So this is our milk that are thoroughly mixed with using the powdered milk. But basically you can use any other kind of milk you want, really, it's up to you. Then the tricky part here, it's not the tricky, it's the magic part here, is adding your vinegar into it. Vinegar, as we know, is like an acid. And when you mix the vinegar with the milk, it tends to react with the fatty substance in the milk and curdles it and makes it your buttermilk. That's what we want. It gives it that tangy flavor. We want that for our chicken today. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Mix that in thoroughly and allow that stand for 15 minutes, and there you have your buttermilk. Keep that down. Then I've already made some buttermilk, as you can see. I added onions, I added some garlic, and I added my special spice blend. It has peri-peri spice, it has black pepper, garlic, onions, thyme, poultry seasoning, and a bit of salt. So I added that into this bowl here. All we need to do is just marinate the chicken. I've washed my chicken, so just marinate that into this buttermilk spice here, buttermilk powder. let your chicken get into that. You can keep it, marinate it for 4 hours or overnight. I did mine for overnight, and this is what I have here. Then when we're done marinating, we're going to get seasoned flour. Seasoned flour is basically flour that I added a bit of baking powder into it and a bit of our spice blend. So to just try to like infuse that flavor into the chicken. I already have some buttermilk I'd made earlier on. I infused them with onions, garlic, and a bit of our seasoning powder. I just marinated the chicken in there for like 4 hours. This is how your chicken is going to look. Why I marinate my chicken? Because I want all those juicy flavors to get into the chicken, so that when I actually fry it, it doesn't dry out. It becomes moist and flavorful. So to this, we're going to add it straight into our seasoned flour. Here we just have a bit of flour. We have flour, we have a bit of baking powder, and a bit of our seasoning, and a touch of salt. I'm old-fashioned, so I just tend to bury my chicken in the seasoned flour, get it all in. You can see. Then this is, and shake off the excess, because we don't want to have our oil looking all floury, if there's a word like that. Then the last one, bury your chicken into it again, your seasoned flour. I use the bagged method, but whatever method works for you, you could use that. Shake the excess flour out, and that is it. I put it in flour because I want to maintain the moistness of the chicken. I want all the juices of the chicken to still be intact, so that when you bite into it, your chicken is juicy, it's not dry. And so we put our oil in the fire. We want it really, really hot. Then in the meantime, I'm going to show you how to make a simple egg wash for the chicken, because I like dunking it in the egg wash, then flour again. We just have 2 normal sized eggs. Add a bit of water into it just to loosen it up. Then we're going to add a bit of our seasoning. If you have hot spice, hot sauce, you could add that, but seasoning fine. Even if you add salt and pepper, salt and Maggi, that's fine also. Mix that all in. If you have salt and stock cube, you can use that also. That will be fine. But anything that you want to is really up to you. Cooking is all about following your instincts and what works best for you. We're done with our egg wash. So what we're going to do, get our chicken here, as you can see. We've coated them in flour. We're just going to dunk them into the egg wash, then back into the flour, because I want to have that really crispy chicken nuggets. Fantastic. Shake off the excess flour, as you do again. To that. The egg wash. Seasoned flour. How easy is this? So easy. Love the whole. I actually made this chicken once at home, and the whole thing now that I'm self-taught. I just said, let me just try it offhand. I actually used, instead of using flour, I actually coated them with mashed up what do you call it, cereal, and it worked well. It was good. It was crunchy, and it was nice, and it was sweet. It had all that in it. So I said, let me just do the classic ones I was so used to. Let's start frying. Our oil is very hot, so start dunking them in. Fantastic. That's sizzle. Sizzle is what I live for. Try not to crowd your pots. with your chicken, because for every piece of chicken you put into the pot, the temperature of the oil kind of drops. So try not to crowd your pot with that. Let that fry. We're going to keep that to fry for like, give or take 15 minutes, because we also want that oil to gently cook the chicken. While that is on the fire, we're going to start work on our sweet chili sauce. I've already heated the pan. I'm going to add a bit of olive oil to it. About 3 tablespoons of olive oil should be fine for this menu. The chili that I'm using today is the bird-eye chili. In Nigeria, we call it shombo, and this is like the hottest of the chili family. So I'm going to tone all the heat down with a bit of honey and some seasoning powder. I've already blended some chili here. Just put them in the blender, added a bit of water, and got this smooth paste. So I'm going to add that to my oil. Add it. Don't worry about the sound. Add a bit of water. Add a bit of poultry seasoning, just a bit of that, and honey, loads of it. So it's really hot and spicy and a bit choking, so we just allow that cook. Okay, so our sweet chili sauce is ready. We put that off now. Then we still check on our chicken. You don't know when the chicken is ready. Your chicken actually tell you when it's ready, because you won't hear all the sizzling sound, you won't hear all that again. This chicken isn't still ready, so let that fry in a bit. We're actually allowing the oil to cook the chicken properly. This is my sweet chili sauce. I'm going to serve that in now in a bowl. Actually added honey and salt into this to give it a depth of flavor. I used the honey to sort of like tone down the fiery flavor of the chili. Ready. When you're frying your chicken, especially the ones you cook, try and press your frying spoon. Always press it down with your frying spoon to bring out all the excess moisture out, excess water and all that. As you can see, we can't hear that sizzling sound any longer. That tells you that our chicken is ready, and we'll start plating them. I'm putting them in a kitchen towel because I want to actually drain out the excess oil from the chicken. Golden brown lusciousness. Fried chicken. Yummy, yummy, yummy. The fried chicken, golden brown deliciousness. So I'm going to start plating my dish now. I always plate with a white plate because I think it just makes everything look prettier. Then don't forget our pancakes that we had on. We made like some minutes ago. So I'm actually chopping up some spring onions. I want to use it for a garnish because I love the flavor and I love the color it gives. And this is done already. It's fine. Our chicken is out. I'm just going to add a bit seasoning, or you could leave this part, it's optional really, it's up to you. Just a bit. Then start plating. I'm going to plate just for one person, so start with my lovely luscious looking panakaras. I'm going to put 2 here, then 2 of our wings of our drumsticks on it. Then just a little drizzle of our chili, just a bit. Then garnish with our spring onions. How pretty does this look? Wow, this looks really, really amazing. I can't wait for you guys to try it at home for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, for your friends, your family, your children. You can send me pictures on Instagram at Laura Crave, or visit our website to get more info on our program. I was so excited making this recipe, and I can't wait for you guys to try it at home. I can't wait to also dig into it.